Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. Today's video, I have been so excited and stoked and geeked about filming this all week. This is my official spring recommendations list. I'm going to have two videos, one niche and one designer video. So today we're going to focus on niche, and when I tell you these are amazing fragrances. So if you are looking to add niche perfumes into your collection that will stun for the spring season, look no further. So without further ado, you guys, let's jump right into today's video. All right, so before we jump into today's video, you guys, we have a sponsor for today, and that will be SenseGift. Now, if you have never heard of SenseGift, they are an amazing decant company that you can get luxury, designer, and niche fragrances at a discount. So I am a girl that much prefers to sample and test fragrances before I buy them. Not only that, I like a sizable decant. So whatever size you like to kind of dabble in as far as your sampling, they have you covered. They have everything from the 2 mils all the way up to, 9-10 mil travel sizes. They sent these over for me to try a couple new fragrances, and two of them I want to highlight because I think that they are ones you may also want to get your nose on. So the first one we're going to get into is going to be Psyche, and this is from the house of Vicanto, which is the nose of Paolo Terenzi, if you're not familiar. Okay, so Psyche is a fruity floral, and it does lean feminine. So I'm going to highlight a feminine fragrance and one that is masculine unisex. So this first one, like I said, feminine, floral, fruity, and what I'm getting from this is like red berries. Definitely getting some vanilla, magnolia, like beautiful floral component to this, but not like your everyday typical like designer type of white floral scent. Magnolia, I think lotus is listed in this fragrance. You have some tonka bean, vetiver. So it is beautiful, it's grounded, and if I had to guess now, I haven't given this a full wear. This is probably going to have amazing COs, just knowing how Paolo Terenzi crafts his fragrances. But if you're looking for something that is definitely red berries, florals, vanillic, sweet, but not overly sweet, this is definitely one you should get your nose on. Next up on the list is going to be from the house of Parfums Marley, and this is Pegasus. So this one is, marketed more towards men, but this is very unisex, in my opinion, if you enjoy like a lavender. So this is very powdery. You've got heliotrope, you've got some cumin, so it's a little spicy. Definitely an almond vanilla scent. So yeah, I mean, this would smell absolutely amazing on a man, but because it's got like this ambery quality in the base, the vanilla, the heliotrope, the almond, it is a stunner. I also smell Pegasus exclusive when I was in Nordstrom, and whoa, now that one blew my socks off. And if I ever like have a husband, that's probably going to be his signature scent. But I love both of these fragrances. So those are ones that I feel like will work for spring. So, if you are looking for something to add to your collection, give those a try. Check out SenseGift, you guys. This is just a company that has an amazing selection. They also have excellent customer service. Whenever I have an issue or question, they jump right on it, answer any questions I may have, and also very fast shipping. Okay, not only are they sponsoring some of my content, I order from them, unbeknownst to them as a regular customer sometime, and just to see if the service would be any different, and it's the same. So it doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber or if you're an everyday person, just a customer, they are going to treat you with world-class service. So make sure to check them out. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter. In doing so, you're able to save money on your first purchase, and you're always going to be up to date on their latest releases and discounts available to subscribers only. Also, make sure you pop in and leave a review if you've ever tried anything from SenseGift, because what they're going to be doing in the month of March is selecting 3 lucky reviewers, and they're going to gift a $20 gift card. So yes, honey, get your decant life, because you know I always tell you, get your nose on it, test it. You have no idea how many decants I have collected that would have been full bottles, blind buy fails. So we don't have time to, you know, be to and fro sacks, returning fragrances, when we have a chance to test them. Test them, get to know them, and make an informed decision on your purchase. All right? So a big thank you again to SenseGift for sponsoring today's video. Again, check them out. Information will be in the description box below. And let's jump right into my list. Okay, you guys. So this first fragrance that we're going to get into is for the tuberose girls. Listen to me. There are a lot of tuberose haters out there, okay? I understand. It took me a while to come around to tuberose. And for the longest, I would always say, like, I don't want a bubblegummy tuberose. Like, I don't want to smell like bubblegum, yada, yada, yada. We have all been there. We have all had in our minds, I don't want this, I don't want that. And then here we go on the bandwagon with the other, you know, the other fans. And so I have added a bubblegummy tuberose into my collection. And this one is not childish, which is always kind of the air I would get from a bubblegummy tuberose. That's why I didn't have any. But this one is sexy. This one is just mind-blowingly good. It's beast mode and you need her, okay? Period. Jump Up and Kiss Me by Clive Christian. This is, I think, the 2021 version. Now, I think the old and the new formulations are the same, but this one is in the shorter bottle. Jump Up and Kiss Me is a part of the Addictive Arts collection, and this is the ecstatic version. This is the feminine version. They have a masculine and feminine. This thing is so gorgeous. So if you like fragrances like Lion D'Or Rouge, this will be a no-brainer, okay? There are many florals in here, but the star is definitely that tuberose. It is heady, but it is definitely bubblegummy. All right, so let's break down the notes to this one. All right, so in addition to tuberose, you have floral notes of orange blossom, rose, and jasmine. There is also a very creamy and beautiful ylang-ylang. So if you are one that does not like a sharp white floral and you need something creamy to balance it out, which I find I typically do, either a yellow floral to balance it or something like a lactonic note, something to break up the sharpness and the stiffness of white florals. That is where that ylang-ylang comes in. And so it is such a beautiful, very vanillic, creamy wearing experience. It has pink pepper at the top, but baby, this pink pepper lasts throughout the life of the fragrance for me, and it just makes it so sexy. Pheromones. Pheromones are in this fragrance. And when I tell you, you're going to be turning heads, okay? You're going to be turning men's heads out here on the street because this is sex in a bottle. Vanilla, tonka bean, you got amber, suede. It is just such a beautiful, warm, but still white floral experience. Sandalwood, creamy. I mean, all of the notes just sing to me. And when I tell you they have created something so addictive, no wonder it's a part of the Addictive Arts collection. Jump Up and Kiss Me by Clive Christian, the feminine version. Now this one is pricey, honey. $550 for this little bitty bottle, but you better believe I paid less than half. All the details will be in the description box below, because if you're a tuberose lover, you need this in your life. All right, you guys. So the next one up is going to be from the house of MDCI, and this is PECHE Cardinal. This fragrance is so many things, okay? But above all, it is peach. It is peach, and for me, this is probably one of the most beautiful, realistic peaches that I have come across thus far. Because peach can be a very off note for many. Like, I find a lot of people have a problem with peach. I never do, but many do. But this is so pleasant. And it's hard to describe because when you smell this, it is fruity. You got some plum in there, peach, floral. I think it's a mix of white florals in here, but it doesn't come across as anything like a sharp white floral. Um, Without a doubt, the star of the show is the fruity aspect of this. And it's almost like this innocence to it, but it's so inviting. And it's like this layer of lust. It's lust, it's innocence, it's sweet, it's floral. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to describe because it's almost like you have these conflicting things coming together to make this. Um, and it wears so beautifully. The sillage is so sensual and beautiful. So if you're looking to stun, okay, and you're a fan of fruity floral fragrances, you want something elevated, this is one you need to get your nose on. Oh, beautiful. PECHE Cardinal MDCI. All right, you guys. So next up on the list is, yes, it is niche, but it's affordable. And this is going to be Yum Pistachio Gelato from the house of Kayali. Now, this 50 ml bottle you can get for 100 flats. Now, I don't know where else you can get something like that, you know, niche that is at their price point, but I would say that's going to be definitely on the more affordable end, even though affordability is very subjective. Now, this is a floral gourmand fragrance. This is not your everyday heavy, overly sweet, sugary, cloying, weigh you down, thick gourmand. That, I don't know, a lot of people were expecting that, but you have to think they are bringing this out for spring, summer release. And I feel like this goes perfectly in line with a gourmand that is wearable for spring and summer. So I have a dedicated review on this, and we had a little expert chime in because I was saying I wasn't really getting gelato. For me, I always thought gelato, when I eat it, it's a much creamier, like denser experience. But the gelato expert chimed in the comments. I forget the subscriber's name, but she said that gelato actually has more air whipped into it. And then when I thought about it, I was like, that makes so much sense. So this is whipped cream, gelato. I don't get a ton of pistachio, but it is a very slight nutty nuance to this. This is a very bright and fresh opening that for some can be taken aback because they're expecting it to be like this love, don't be shy, like really heavy, sticky, sweet experience. It's not that. You get a ton of that marshmallow, the Turkish delight. You get it may be the bergamot or the pear. It's a lot of fruits in here. So you're getting this freshness throughout the life of the scent. So if you're looking for a gourmand that is specifically going to do well for the hot heats, like this 100-degree weather we get here in Georgia in the summer, this is going to be perfect for that, okay? Springtime, perfect. You can wear this day, you can wear this night. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And it has, like I said, these floral components that keep it very well balanced, and it's delicious. I like it. I personally like it, and I can definitely see myself upgrading to the largest size because I love sweet fragrances. And honestly, you feel kind of compelled to have to, oh, let me put on a freshie, and it can be really lackluster when summertime rolls around, honestly, because I really do prefer those sweeter, more edible scents. And now I really feel like I don't have to relegate myself to freshies when I don't want to, you know, go too hard on the sweet fragrances. This is perfect. So if you're wanting something a little fresh, little floral, little gourmand, Yum Pistachio Gelato 33 by Kayali is the ticket. All right, you guys. So next up on the list is absolutely no stranger to the channel. You knew she was going to make an appearance, and here she is, Guidance by Amouage. I am a fan of this, and if you are new here, let me put you on. Guidance is an Amouage fragrance, yes, but I find it to be much less challenging compared to many of the fragrances in this house. That does not mean go out and blind buy it. This was a blind buy for me, but it was risky, but thank God it was successful. This fragrance is going to be fruity. Okay, it's sweet, not overly sweet. It is incensey, it is rose, and it is spicy. So you've got akigala wood, very spicy and noticeable in this fragrance. You have saffron, you have rose, you have vanilla, you have a very gorgeous, juicy, like almost poached, cooked pear, like it's a sweet pear. And it is a phenomenal fragrance. When I tell you the sillage, the longevity, okay? And this house is known for that. And they did not switch it up for this fragrance. It's hard to describe because this is a very feminine, beautiful fragrance that has some depth to it, some sweetness to it, very, like I said, femininity to it, but it is a beast. It is worth the price, plus tax, plus tip, plus shipping, and whatever kind of fees you want to tack on, because I'm absolutely in love with this. And this is going to be a star for spring. I don't know if this will quite work in summer because it's like I said, that incense, it's there. It's spices there. Maybe summer evenings, but this is going to be perfect spring, summer scent if you want a bolder scent that still maintains a beautiful, sweet, feminine quality to it. Guidance by Amouage, the one that you need to get your nose on for 2023, period. All right, you guys. So next up on this list is from the house of the Harmonist, and this is Yin Transformation. Now, my beautiful, beautiful subscriber, Mallory, hey girl, sent me a sample of this months ago. I had heard of it. I kind of read up on it a little bit. I'm like, freshie, you know, I'm not a freshie girl. But what did I say several videos ago? I'm looking to up my freshie game in 2023, and up it I have done with this one. It's beautiful. If you like fragrances like a musk therapy, this would be right up your alley, though they're very different. So let's break this one down. So this is quite floral. You have notes of like a freesia, rose, orchid. You have ylang ylang that's giving it just a very creamy quality. It does remain fresh. It's watery, but it's also powdery. So you have something that's giving you this freshness, but it's comforting. You've got a base of musk, orris, sandalwood, and a little bit of benzoin. So there's a slight touch of sweetness from the benzoin. And it has a very bright citrusy, you know, body to it. It's got bergamot, it's got grapefruit, it's got lemon. And for me, citruses can be very tough because I've said it many times, I can get cleaning products real quick. But there is enough going on in here that it is like an enveloping fresh scent, like I said, like musk therapy. But it has this gorgeous watery quality about it. This is freshy elevated. This is freshy, you know, that makes you feel very put together and sophisticated and clean, but not like your average freshie. I love it. I absolutely love this one and very happy to add this one into my collection. These are parfums, so they do have good staying power, especially for like a citrusy, watery, fresh scent. So I would say about 6-7 hours is where I felt it started to kind of die into a skin scent, but definitely overspray your clothes and it's going to get you throughout your entire workday. Again, that is Yin Transformation by the Harmonist. All right, you guys. So next up on the list is from the house of Vivamor, and this is Aura Celeste. Now, this is a newer release, if I'm not mistaken. This whole house is relatively new, but it's like the sister company to Narcotique Parfums. So this fragrance is, this is the sexy citrus that you need in your life. I know usually citrus and sexy don't go hand in hand, but they do with this fragrance. So this perfumer is actually Jorge Lee, right? And this is the nose behind Hachivat. So if you liked Hachivat, but you found it to be just leaning a little bit too masculine, get your nose on this, okay? Now, this is going to put you in the mindset of Hachivat, but it's different because I feel like this is a little bit more in the middle, unisex, leaning less masculine than Hachivat, and this is citrus, okay? So this is no pineapple, but you still get this wonderful juicy quality, and this thing is spicy and it's sexy. So you open with bergamot and Spanish lemon, and then you get to heart notes of Brazilian sandalwood, Egyptian jasmine, Madagascan black pepper, grapefruit, and cardamom. You have a base of olibanum, which is incense, amber, Madagascan vanilla, and Tibetan musk. So, honey, we're just pulling ingredients from all over the world. And this comes together to create something that is so exquisite. Like I said, I'm trying to up my freshie game, and this is absolutely an upgrade to anything that I have in my collection. Women, do not be afraid to get your nose on this. If you're looking for something sexy, okay, like I said, in that hot about mindset but different, this is one that you need to experience. It is sweet, it is spicy, it is sexy, and it is citrusy. And it's everything you're trying to smell like for a spring date night when you want to remain fresh, but also have some sensuality. Again, that is our Celeste by Vivamor Parfums. All right, you guys, so next up is going to be from the house of Carner, Barcelona, and this is a Latin Lover. Don't let the name fool you, because this is not going to be like this spicy, dark, sexy wearing experience at all. Like, the way this top looks is the experience of the fragrance, but I mean it in the best possible way. This is a white floral fragrance that is so beautiful. It's so pretty. It's so like easy breezy, and it is so smooth. Something about the way they blend their fragrances, honey, like white floral, that's all they pumping out in the designer world, and it smells so redundant, and everything kind of smells like, oh, this reminds me of that. No, completely different. The star of this one, I think, is the magnolia. They have some narcissus in here. It's jasmine, it's lily, it's a little powdery because you have a big dose of violet in the mid, and then in the base you have white musk, benzoin, and patchouli. The patchouli is not anything that is, overly done, but this is such a creamy experience, again, because it has some ylang in there. And when I want to feel like, oh my God, feminine, beautiful, like this is, like, listen, this is something like Audrey Hepburn would have worn. I feel like it's so clean, it's white, it's creamy, a little powdery, and it's such a classic feminine floral fragrance, but unlike one that I've ever smelled. Like, I don't have anything like this in my collection. Just like Tarte, I need to smell all the Carners, okay? I got a whole discovery set. I've gotten through some, but not all, but I need to experience this entire house, because this one is such a beautiful white floral, perfect for spring, all white party. This is your girl, okay? It's not loud. There is a little sweetness, and it is just white floral, like perfection to me. Easy grab and go. And this is niche perfumery that's not going to break the bank. I think you can get a 1.7 of this fragrance for less than you can the new My Way. So yeah, there you have that, and this is so much more elevated and exquisite. So you guys, check this one out. Again, a Latin Lover by Carner, Barcelona. All right, so next up is also from the house of MDCI, and this is La Belle Hélène. This is a violet powder bomb. So if you are not a violet girl, specific, not just powdery, violet specifically, you got to be a fan of violet to like this, okay? So if that is your vibe, please get your nose on this. This is a pear fragrance unlike any pear that I've ever smelled ever. Like, this is powdery, and it's pear, and it's quite exquisite and quite unique. Okay, so the nose behind this fragrance is Bertrand Duchefort, and this man is just a magician, okay? So it is a pear fragrance, La Belle Hélène. This is actually like a French dessert, like the actual designer fragrance, La Belle, also a pear fragrance. So this is inspired by the dessert La Belle Hélène, and this, though pear, does not go into that very super sweet gourmandish category. It is very complex, and it is sweet, but it's got some aldehydes. In the top, it's got tangerine, pear, linden blossom. Osmanthus also adds to the fruitiness of this. It's got tons of violet, mirabelle plum. It's got ylang, hawthorn, rose. I mean, the list goes on. When you get to the base, it is rounded off beautifully with sandalwood. It's got some licorice, oak moss. vetiver, amber. I mean, there are a ton of notes in here, and it just comes across as something very unique, very beautiful. And again, if you enjoy powdery fragrances, you want something fruity that will carry you through, you know, spring and summer, then this is definitely one you need to get on your radar, because this is exquisite. What can I say? Like I said, this house, I'm telling you, get your nose on some of these fragrances. If you want to feel feminine but you don't want to smell like everyone else, MDCI is the tickets. Again, La Belle Helene by MDCI. All right, so next up on this list is going to be from the house of Thameen. You know, I couldn't do a list for the season without Thameen. This is Patiala. My goodness, when I tell you the love affair that I have been having with this fragrance is so real, you would not believe. Okay, so this is very ambery oak mossy, and you're going to get like this Baccarat Rouge feel in the opening, though they're very different. So this introduces, oh my God, like these gorgeous aldehydes. So it's just not going to be for everyone, okay? But if you love aldehydes, I typically enjoy aldehydes, just depending on how they're done. I'm not a fan of the Chanel aldehydes, but many houses, I enjoy the way they do aldehydes. And this one is beautiful, okay? So fresh and soapy, but also sweet. It's got some base to it. You know, it's got amber, like I said, the oak moss. It has some rose and orange blossom in the mid. And this is just the most beautiful feminine ambery fragrance. Like, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous, you guys. If you're looking for something that has a clean feel, but also that has some richness and some depth and some sweetness to it, this ambery beauty right here is one you need to experience. Rose, I do feel like you have to enjoy rose to like this, but honey, if you're trying to stun, this is it, because I get so many compliments off of this. The sillage is great. It is great. It fills a room. When you the first few hours of wearing this, you're going to be getting compliments from across the room, period. So one that I highly recommend from the house. And do not forget that you can save when you purchase from Twisted Lily. They do have the Thameen line available there. Information on that will be in the description box below. All right, so next up on this list is going to be from the house of X Nihilo. And you know I had to put the good girl, Fleur Narcotique, on the list. I wanted to put Delina on here, but I'm not going to bore you with the obvious, because Delina is on like every third list on my channel. But Fleur Narcotique is so feminine, and this is essentially spring in a bottle. If you've never smelled it, you need to get your nose on it. Now, this is a peach, white peach. It is peony. It is like transparent woods. So it's got just this touch of earthiness to it, and it's musk. It is beautiful. It's not the most complicated fragrance, but the way it is blended, the way it makes me feel, the sweetness of it, the femininity of it, there's almost like a transparent, peony, fleshy flower aspect to this that is just beautiful. Test this one before you buy it, not because the scent may throw you, but because people have very mixed reviews on the performance of this. I had a decant of this, a travel size, and I found that I had moderate wear out of this. I did not have performance issues. Of course, I always overspray my skin and my clothes, but it took me throughout the day, and this is just such a beautiful fruity floral fragrance that is very sophisticated. She's very chic, very put together. And when I want to feel and embody that, this is what I pull for. Again, Fleur Narcotique by X Nihilo. All right, you guys. And so the last one on this list, it really needs no introduction, but we're going to introduce her anyway. This is from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Dama, Bianca. If you are looking for a fragrance that is powdery, sweet, vanillic, feminine, you know, very powdery though, okay? But this has this unique citrus component to it. This is the one. It has kumquat, which I think I only have one other fragrance with that note in it, but it's very prominent here. And you also have this barley note, which is going to be the make or break note for this perfume. I always tell people that. So either you're going to like that in the opening, and you're going to find it very unique and interesting, which actually sets it apart from your other fruity vanillas, or you're going to not like it at all. So definitely try before you buy fragrance, but this is the most girliest of girl scents that I have. It is fruity. It is, you know, sweet, but spring, summer, winter, fall, you can wear this all year. But I feel like with that kumquat note, it's going to shine in the springtime. This is just a girl who is very soft, like soft life, uh, light feminine energy, but she still has it together, honey. Okay, you ain't telling her nothing because she already knows. Okay, she knows she's that girl, and this fragrance just really does embody that. It is sweet, vanilla, powdery. If that is your vibe, you must get your nose on this one. I feel like this has, I feel like I get a good 8 hours out of Dama Bianca. I don't have any performance issues out of this. Again, if you're not overspraying and you complain about performance, well, I need you to spray a little bit more and see if that works. But beautiful fragrance from the Cosmopolitan line of Xerjoff, the It's Girl Dama Bianca. All right, you guys, so that is our video for today. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Do you have any of these on your radar? If not, did I put it on your radar? Are you interested? Are you going to try it? Let me know fragrances that you will be pulling for in the niche category for this upcoming spring. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, you guys. Be sure the notification bell is turned on to all, and be sure to give the video a big thumbs up as it helps this channel to grow. It is been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.